हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। आज आपके लिए और एक इंटरेस्टिंग स्टैंडर्ड 12th के लिए वीडियो लेके आया है। एंजॉय।
Today we'll learn Unit 2 solutions. Let us see first the objectives of this chapter. In this chapter, students will learn describe the formation of different types of solutions, express concentration of solutions in different units. Then we came across state and explain Henry's law and Rawls' law. Then distinguish between ideal and non-ideal solutions. We have to learn explain deviation of real solutions from Raoult's law. Also we have colligative properties of solutions, and at last we have abnormal colligative properties exhibited by some solutes in solutions. Okay, so this much is clear what you have to study in this chapter. Let's start with the 2.1 types of solutions. Students, you all know homogeneous mixtures of two or more than two components. In homogeneous mixture, two components are present, among which the component that is present in largest quantity is known as solvent, and the other component rather than solvent is called solute. Okay, and the formation and the combination of solvent plus solute gives you solution. In this unit we'll consider a binary solution. Okay, binary solution means it consists of two components. Okay, now look at this table 2.1 that is given in your textbook that shows types of solutions. Okay, first we'll discuss gaseous solution. Okay, so in gaseous solutions, as we know, solute and solvent is present. Solute and solvent is required to prepare any solution. So if you want to prepare gaseous solution, then three possibilities are there. The solvent remains same, that is gas, but the solute will change according to the mixture: gas, liquid and solid. And the common example of gaseous solutions are mixture of oxygen and nitrogen gases, chloroform mixed with nitrogen gas, and last example is camphor in nitrogen gas. Is it clear, students? Then we go ahead. Then we came across liquid solutions. Again, liquid solutions, the majority solvent is in liquid form, and the solute we have gas, liquid and solid. The examples again we'll discuss: oxygen dissolved in water, again example of liquid solution; ethanol dissolved in water, again organic matter dissolved in water is an example of liquid solution; and lastly glucose dissolved in water. Okay, then we discuss about solid solutions. Solid solutions means the solvent remains solid throughout the solution, and the solute is in gas, liquid and solid form. Let's see the example: solution of hydrogen in palladium, amalgam of mercury with sodium, and copper dissolved in gold. Okay, students, in 2.1 we discuss different types of solutions. Let's start with 2.2. In this unit you have to learn how to express concentration of solutions. Okay, so composition of solutions can be described by expressing its concentration. Okay, let's see, several ways are there to describe the concentration of solution. We'll go through one by one. Just see in the textbook. First we have mass percentage, that is also denoted by W by W. The mass percentage of component of a solution is defined as mass of the component in the given solution divided by total mass of solution multiplied by 100. By this formula 2.1 you can find percentage of component, that is mass percentage. Let's discuss some example. We have a solution is described by 10% glucose in water by mass. Remember students, read carefully. It is given 10% glucose in water by mass. It means that 10 gram of glucose is dissolved in 90 gram of water, resulting in a 100 gram solution. So in short, you have 100 gram solution in which 10% glucose means 10 gram of glucose is dissolved in 90 gram of water. Okay, so how to find this mass proportion? So use the above mentioned formula, that is 2.1. okay, this much is clear. Let's start with the other measurement, that is volume percentage, denoted by V by V. The volume percentage is defined as volume percentage of a component is equal to volume of that component divided by total volume of that component in solution multiplied by 100. Let's take as 2.2. Remember students, this formula, it will help you to find volume percentage of a component. Okay, let's go ahead. Then we have an example for this. Suppose you have given 10% ethanol solution in water, means that 10 ml of ethanol is dissolved in water, such that the total volume of the solution is 100 ml. Means 10% ethanol is 10 ml of ethanol in 90 ml of water. It makes complete of 100 ml. Okay, so using this formula you can find. Let's take another third quantity, that is mass by volume percentage. Okay, mass by volume percentage means weight by volume also you can tell. Another unit which is commonly used in medicine and pharmacy is mass by volume, M by V percentage. Okay, it is the mass of solute dissolved in 100 ml of solution. Okay students, this much is clear. There are both three measures of concentration units. Let's discuss fourth one, parts per million, ppm. It is defined as when a solute is present in trace quantities. What do you mean by trace quantities? A very little amount of solute is present. It is convenient to express concentration in parts per million, that is ppm, as number of parts of the component divided by total number of parts of all components of solutions multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Okay, by this formula you can find ppm of solute. Okay, see students, below the example is also given, and remember ppm unit will use when the amount of solute in a solution is very little or very less quantity, that is called as trace quantity. Okay, now go ahead. We have the another mole fractions. Commonly used symbol for mole fraction is given here, and subscript used on the right hand side of this denotes the component. Mole fraction of a component is defined as number of moles of the components divided by total number of moles of all the components. It's so easy. Let's take an example. I already mentioned you that we are studying or we are taking example of binary solutions. Okay, the here example we have binary mixture. Okay, in that if the number of moles of A and B are Na and Nb respectively. So if you want to find mole fraction of A, so how will you find? So according to the 2.4 formula, moles A, XA is equal to Na divided by Na plus Nb. Na means, yes, number of moles of component A divided by total number of moles of all the components. Okay. And for the solution containing I number of components, if you have many components, then in general you can use the formula 2.6. Clear with this? Okay. It can be shown that in a given solution, sum of all the mole fraction is a unity. That is, we have all the summation equal to 1, 2.7. So clear with this section, students? Okay. Okay. According to this, we have one example in your textbook. Example 2.1. Okay. Let's solve this. It's a very simple example. Calculate the mole fraction of ethylene glycol C2H6O2 in a solution containing 20% of C2H6O2 by mass. Remember students, read it carefully. 20% of ethylene glycol by mass. Is it clear? We already discussed the concentration unit. By mass you have to find. Assume that solution. Assume that we have 100 gram of solution. It means that 20 gram of ethylene glycol means students 20 gram of ethylene glycol and the remaining portion is of water. Correct. So 20 gram of ethylene glycol and 80 gram of water. First of all, calculate molar mass of ethylene glycol. That will give 62 gram per mole. Now you already know how to calculate moles. That is given mass upon molar mass. Okay, the given mass of ethylene glycol is 20 and the molar mass is 62 gram per mole. So you will get 0.322 mole. Clear? Then take the moles of water. Again apply the formula given mass upon molar mass. Given mass of water is 80 gram and molar mass of water, that will be 18 gram per mole, and you will get 4.44 moles. Okay students, now you have to calculate mole fractions for glycol, that moles of ethylene glycol upon total moles. Okay, moles of C2H6O2 plus moles of H2O. So you can get the answer, that is 0.068. It's a simple calculation, mathematical step involved in it. Okay, and similarly for water we can put it as moles of water divided by total moles. Clear? Then you will get 0.932. Clear? Then mole fraction of water can also be calculated by minusing from 1 minus moles of glycol, that is 0.068, and you will get 0.932 as your mole fraction of water. Students, hope so up till here the whole sum is clear to you, and the above discussed two topics, that is 2.1 and 2.2, is clear to you. Okay, go through this properly. This is your textbook topics. Okay, and revise it properly. Okay, and make this types of solutions table in your notebook. Solve this example also, example 2.1, and try to solve example 2.2 also, where we have the last quantity, that is molarity. Okay, that is simple, nothing but molarity is defined as moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liter. You can calculate molarity of any substance by this formula 2.8. Okay, try to solve example 2.2 also. Okay students, during this lockdown conditions, stay at home, stay safe, stay healthy, and revise the things that is taught by the teachers. Okay, thank you.
Do like, share, subscribe.